Hey guys, it's Viewmaster's Reactions, and we're back with Part 2, Episode 27 of Campaign 2, Converging Fury. We ended the Patreon exclusive on us entering through the gates of the Quantum Breach. I said this at the end of the Patreon exclusive. Is where we are the Quantum Breach, or have we been following the mountain range of what looks like two giants that split the mountains? Is that whole thing the Quantum Breach? Because I remember we hit a sign and he said you can go to Nagvarat or you can go to Quantum Breach. We're going to the Quantum Breach. So what exactly is the area we've traveled along the mountain range called? Because that's very interesting sounding and I dig it. He said it literally looks like a giant or gods crushed it like a spine and cracked the mountain. It leads me to believe, based on the fact that I feel like he said it 2 or 3 times, that that might have really happened. Maybe at the schism or the calamity, I don't know. I'm just spitting out names I remember from times of old. Maybe somebody did do that. Maybe at a point somebody literally did rip the mountains in half with their hands. But besides that, we disguised ourselves. We used our new player. We met Neela. I don't know who the actress's name is, but she sat down, she hugged Bo, Marisha, and then we got right in. She is a furball. She knew Jumda, who was the woman we ran into. I think it's funny that Bo asked her, do you know Jumda? And she goes, yeah, of course. And then Sam goes, hey, what the hell? I said that about Pumat Soul when we met Jumda, and you were like, what do you think? Everyone knows everyone? But this was a little different. I totally forgot. I remembered Jumda said that she was looking for somebody, but I couldn't remember the name, and I kind of just like forgot about it because I didn't know how much importance that had, or if we even would come across them. I felt like a lot of time had already gone by. I don't know if it was her daughter. Is it her daughter? She's missing her son, Neela. Neela said, I'm missing my son. I'm very angry. She witnessed the whole thing go down with Molly's death, said she has spells that can come in handy. She's a druid. She can flash down lightning, and she also just used Pass Without a Trace on us, which allowed us, because of our crappy rolls, to have enough stealth to get past the guards. So far, I know she could turn into a horse, she could shoot lightning out of the sky, and she could use Pass Without a Trace. So we turned her into a horse. Bo is wrapped up on top of her. Keg is underneath her. And then we have Nott and Caleb riding horses. Caleb is disguised as what Matt said it would look like Robert Duvall. And Nott disguised herself as Riza, who we met in Hupperduke, the gnome girl, whose father or grandfather was her father. Yeah, her father was Tinkertop. We got about 10 or 15 minutes. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you'll only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Eureka, and Battlestar, Almost Human. Infinity Train, Eureka just started. Check it out. If not, Campaign 2, Episode 27, Part 2.
You can see a sprawling and matted line of
We just got in Quantum Breach.
Hovels and mud-covered streets that vanish into this dense forest. The city does not keep the normal cohesive shape of most, instead being a long line built along the tree edge in what looks to be some sort of a river.
We'll turn it up a little.
Or creek that it has been constructed against. It is a weird, crooked, long town.
Weird, crooked, long town.
And leaves. You're no longer within the Dwendalian Empire.
That's all we got left.
Welcome to the Graying Wildlands.
The Graying Wildlands.
The Graying Wildlands.
Town of Shady Creek Run.
Shady Creek Run. We have arrived.
So,
celebrate the arrival of Shady Creek Run by chugging a bottle of wild
turkey.
Everybody, let's go. Everyone grab your
So
bottles.
we're still obscured.
No, we're just gonna have a shot. I'm joking.
Shot. Obscured in the sense that you're conspicuous in your dress. And
but that's still happening. That spell is for an hour? Okay.
Do you have any place where we can lay up?
So, there are 2 places I would recommend.
Yeah.
There is this place called the Plaza Emporium. Sort of a pleasant,
the Plaza Emporium
can be murderous.
Reminds me of the
she's not affiliated with any of the
Parco.
Folks
Palazzo
so
Parco or whatever it was.
Parco.
Does she murder everybody or does...
Palazzo Parco, okay. Was it?
So be on your best behavior. And
from
the
Calamity
lady is a brothel you might want to cover Neela's eyes. And it's run by the Mardoons. Who happen to be,
That's who we're looking for.
and they are the rival family of the folks that employ the Iron Shepherds.
That seems like where we should go.
Yes.
Because the Iron Sheps won't be there to poke around
Iron
and find
Sheps.
us.
That is correct.
What is the name of that place again?
The
Landlocked lady. I was going to say the locked
Proprietor's
landlady.
Skis
Like a
balls,
landlady,
you would
like a landlord.
Imagine, not necessarily the most trustworthy guy, but it is run by the Mardoons. So, of the safe places in the town, that's probably up there.
Great. So the place that is the safest in town
I have like
is
a
the
little
family of the
opening
lady
that I
we
made
need.
for myself. just a face. Yeah, just a face. It's just my face with a cigarette still.
Our horse is smoking.
The horse is smoking.
Amazing.
I vote landlocked lady.
I feel like if Matt wanted to be mean, he could be like, well, the second you said you started
All right.
smoking,
All right.
some guards started
So-
noticing
Lead us- well,
that your
lead us there.
horse's
With
ass
smoke
was on
signals.
fire.
That way.
A short ride, you eventually hit the outside of this township. Walking into the main street, you can see they're slick with mud and dirty snow. Ragged peasants clutter the alleyways, looking your way with hands extended for some sort of alms they're hoping to find.
Arms for the poor.
Oh, gross.
An emaciated dog
Arms for the
growls at
poor,
you from a nearby
milady.
doorstep and then darts off down the road behind where you passed. A wagon appears stuck in the mud as you pass it, rough-looking folk tugging at it and stopping to stare you down as you just slowly move past and continue their work. You nearly step over someone with your horse who appears to be passed out, face down in a patch of dirty snow. A bit of crimson rests at their side. They're not moving. As you kind of circle around them, you watch as two kind of rough-looking fellas in hide-clad armor come in, inspect him. As you glance over your shoulder,
They're dead.
watching
He's
them
dead.
rummage through his pockets, kind of lift up his not-moving body, dump it in one of the nearby alleys, and keep on walking.
Shady Creek Run is rough.
You see no Crown's Guard.
Oh, man.
This is the first town any of you have been in that has no watch, no lawkeepers. The road doesn't go far north
All right.
from where you enter, as most of the
We'll
town
make it
is
easier
long stretch of
to
bar.
commit a crime if
So
the
within
family doesn't get
15
involved.
minutes, you've hit what looks to be the plaza, the central plaza to the town that you know as the Clover Plaza. You see log benches dotting the open area, while a 4-story tower of motley colored stone stands vigil over the area. 2 balconies and a top housing what look to be crossbow and longbow wielding roughnecks. You know these to be taskers.
Taskers.
So, you're heading towards the landlocked lake. Easy to see. On the eastern side of this plaza, there is what looks to be a very beautiful 2-story complex that comparably seems ostentatious against the buildings immediately to the right and left of it, which look to be in serious disrepair and rather run down and colorless, just bland woods, gray and brown. But here you can see the 2nd story above the main archway, which is like a curved top arch. There is a false bow of a ship that is emerging outward with what looks to be this beautifully carved mermaid in the front that is clutching the piercing front of the
Oh
ship.
my God, I want to actually see
And
it.
there it rests with a sign dangling from it saying, "The landlocked lady."
After this
totally get the
episode,
name of
I
the
have to go
place
check
now.
out new
Really
shirts.
good. It's a
There's a
consistent
lot of new
brand.
shirts
Very
that I need to get
clever.
because of things and
Yeah,
You know?
people,
in
events,
Smash, it
stuff
would
like
look
that
shit,
that
but
I have
it's the
to
belle of the
look
ball.
into.
Comparably, yes.
Yeah.
This looks
It
cool.
seems like they don't have a strong housing code. Like they can get away with these more unique builds.
Sure.
It's very fascinating.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
No
architecture.
housing code. They can do
It's like
whatever
China,
they want.
China. You know?
How far away are
Everything looks
the Taskers?
Hmm?
How far away are the Taskers? Do we just pass by them?
You're kind of skirting around the outside of the main Tasker Tower, and like
Okay.
they're scattered around. And as you guys are walking around, you can see most of the people that live in the city are in absolute squalor, and are here out of necessity.
It's a real
Are here
shithole.
because they came seeking some sort of fortune and failed, or they've come to indulge in vices that have slowly crushed them. The other half of the populace, you can see, are usually armored to some extent, whether it be patchwork, hides, chain,
Like they're ready for
leathers.
shit to go down.
Almost everyone here is armed.
Yeah, everyone's
Even
ready.
on
It's
a-
like
on a
prison.
scale of
Everyone here is
poverty,
ready
there
for
seems
shit
be
to
a general
go down
sense
at
of
any minute.
needing protection amongst the chaos. Some folks look like they're trying not to be seen. Many parade their thickened arms. You see one female, almost privateer-looking individual that comes to the streets and just spits on somebody who's kind of huddled by one of the stumps and kind of growls at them before continuing to walk on.
My God, this is a shady area.
It's a very unique and curious motley group of people that call this place
It would make
home.
sense that the Iron Shepherds
talk
would
to
come
them.
from a place like this.
If you talk to
I
them.
mean, it's one of those things where like
No one's
everyone is
close
so
enough to you, you
bad
think that you're quiet.
that you have to be a bad motherfucker
So I point out the
to
Tasker
be the
Tower
top dog here.
behind us, and I say, those are the Taskers. Those are probably the only other people in this shithole that might be of use.
Of use. They're good guys?
As much as anyone's a good guy here, they try to prevent the innocent from getting killed or fucked over. Obviously, they're not particularly successful, but
They
they're
try.
not under the thumb of any particular group.
Yeah, are they altruists though? Are they
For
mercenaries?
mercenaries.
It's altruistic. Strangely, I kind of forgot about them because we always thought they were just kind of nerds. But now I'm trying to be a little bit better. So yeah, they might be helpful.
Oh, okay.
Great. So we're
So do
hiring
they have a
the
uniform, or how do you
nerds
know
that
them?
you didn't even
How do you know
want to
who they
work
are? How
with
can you
prior.
identify them?
Usually what you can tell by the Taskers is they wear chain shirts
Her
with
words, not
one
mine. She said they're
leather
hers.
shoulder pauldron that is painted
I
blue.
love
And I say
nerds.
painted blue
I am.
because most of their uniform is whatever they could put together to create some sort of consistency. There is no built uniform. What you're used to seeing with Crown
feel like we're
Star
almost
and
done
the
already.
other royal military where things are built with fine craftsmanship. Everything here is kind of put together in slapdash. And so that one uniform mark is usually the chain shirt and the one blue shoulder armor. Some people paint it completely, some just like put a line on it and leave it there as like, fuck you, I'm not gonna finish it.
So they're like Hell's Angels.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And for the
Don't
most part, you can
fuck
see they're
with the
keeping an
lords of
eye out
hell.
in the sense that they don't want complete anarchy. You know?
It kind of
They still
reminds
want
me
money for their
of
services,
Arcane.
but they're
Arcane.
slightly
What
less
the hell was the name of the
They're not gonna stop
town?
someone from spitting on a peasant.
I
But
can't
if
remember
all
the
of a
name of
sudden
the
a giant
town.
riot breaks out,
Arcane,
they'll
where
break
like
it up and beat
underground, it was
everybody
like
until it stops.
Okay.
basically every man for themselves, but the law came down if you got too out of hand. And the criminal element basically ran shit.
Okay. Thank you.
Kind of like Hondo.
Thank you, horse, for riding us this far.
Thank you,
I
horse.
can't say anything, right? In my horse form. I
Actually,
can nod.
Can she talk though? I think she's saying, can she?
you do keep your mental stats in beast form. I've seen it argued back and forth, and I'm pretty sure when we had you in your elemental form last campaign, people were saying that you could still technically talk in that form.
Yeah, but I didn't talk as animals. I wasn't talking.
That's what I thought, yeah. So yeah,
As-
you're unable to actually speak in the animal form, but you can still communicate.
As elementals, I was just kind of like, run, jump.
Keg.
Oh shit.
Keg, if we find an
That's what
alley.
you are like now.
Because she was a druid. They're talking about Vox. Because she was a druid.
I just reverted. That's all.
Keg, if we find an alleyway to drop you out of sight of you just suddenly appearing, can you walk around this town, or is that dangerous?
In some places it's dangerous. Places that there's a place called the Trench that the Iron Shepherds in this area that the Iron Shepherds always hang out in.
The trench.
The Trench.
The trench.
It's in this area. I mean,
And it's in
not-
this area?
It's not a huge place, right?
Yeah, but
It's a fairly decent sized tavern. It's one of the
you'd
more
be
populated
surprised.
areas.
I don't know
That's
how
where they-
often you guys go
I
out.
know.
I used to go out
stupid is it for
every
you to walk
single
up
night
a
for
road
10
and,
years, 6, 7 nights a week.
I think
And I'd be like, I'm never going to run
Probably
into
the
that
best
person.
one.
They hang out on the other end of town, or they hang out like 3 towns over.
Let's go in the.
I'd always
and we
run
can
into
stay
people you'd
here,
never
or we just
expect,
go
and it
in
would
here
always
and-
be problems and
Do I have to
stuff.
fuck somebody?
If you think shit's going to happen, you're going to
Why
run
are
into
you
that
worried
person.
about this? They would be more worried about having to fuck you than
I'm a lady,
I'm a lady.
my lady. I call everyone my man.
but yes, you're right. You're right. That's a fair point.
I just if any of the Mardoons are there, we might be able to be honest, guys, there's not a lot of options, but we might be able to get some help from them. I don't know for sure. In any case, it's a place to regroup.
Okay, let's
This
go.
brothel is in the, it's not in the business of spelling everyone's secrets out.
Let's go in.
Yeah, one
Oh,
second
yeah.
though. Which way from here are these iron chefs located?
Why'd Caleb
They're
ask?
north of this, yes, Matt?
Uh,
That
Sour
nest
Nest.
The Sour Nest is northeast of where you are in the city. Yes, it's beyond the city, into the actual Savalier Wood.
Savalier
about
Wood.
maybe 2 hours travel.
I like that. Savalier Wood.
Well, into the-
That's their
into the forest.
headquarters,
That's
right?
what that's
Yeah.
Beyond the
Into the
city.
forest.
The
Beyond
the
the
northern half of the
city.
city is almost entirely within the forest itself.
Okay. In that direction?
Why is Caleb so
But it's
interested? Is he
in
going
the
to
city.
send something or
No,
go?
the Sour Nest is beyond the city. It's its
Beyond the
own little stronghold that exists separate from the city itself.
What is
Yeah,
Caleb
can
up
you
to?
describe it to
Yeah.
me, what it looks like? Is it noticeable?
God. What does it look like?
It's noticeable.
God.
It's half
Matt
a
Mercer's God.
mansion, half a small stronghold. It has gates around it. These like heavy walls that have spears atop them. It has. Hey, you're in a town.
Yeah, you hear that? Carts are rolling by.
Caravan just
There's
came.
caravans going by. Yeah, giant
It
wheels,
has
like wooden wheels.
It's
and stuff.
2-story, and there is a subterranean
I love it.
basement floor to it, and they do have hired guard that keep watch on it while they're away, and occasionally while they're there. But I can eventually.
It would be
provide you
cool
with a,
if someone did something like
a
this,
layout.
like not every week, but
'Cause
something
you would
like
know,
this,
You've been there a number of times.
and they had a live band playing like instrumental like this, like that kind of music, like an old folk band. They just have like a violin
me
guy and a
expressing my
piano guy, or something. And like fans of D&D, so that they enjoy watching while they play.
Go up there now if you want.
Bam.
No, I do not want to go up there now. I was thinking of maybe sending my cat, but that can wait.
I knew it. See, I was
Let's
thinking
go
of
into this
sending my
place.
cat.
Group.
He's like,
Is
I was
it
gonna.
safe
Yeah.
for me
Hold
and
up.
Peg to hop
Hold
out without
up.
looking
There is an alley off to the
shifty?
side that if you wait for a moment for nobody to be watching, you guys will be able to kind of step out.
We do that.
All right,
Do it.
and you have the opportunity to revert if you
Do it.
wish.
Do it.
I actually feel safer in my animal form in this
Okay.
crazy place.
Do you wish?
That's
You're gonna stay in the alley while we. You're going to stay in the alley while we go inside?
All right,
I think horses have regular hearing.
They're mostly
I'll
down.
switch. I will
Mostly
shift back
deaf.
to my regular
They're like
self. You make a good
lizards.
point, but
Okay.
this place is not making Neela happy.
I apologize in advance for all the shit you're about to see.
Neela is not ready for
You
this.
guys hitch the horses to one of the hitching posts off to the side. You make your way into the brothel. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh!
Break time. It actually went longer than I thought.
Let me regroup.
Can we meet her a little?
All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a little break here.
Amazing.
We'll be back here in a few minutes, guys. So the giveaway we have today, we have a Bolivian Rosewood Hero
Bolivian
Vault.
Rosewood, one of my favorites. I kid you not. I checked out all the woods on both that site
It's magnet-based
and
and has your credit vault. You
Dogmite.
can put your minis in it. You can
And
put dice in
Bolivian
it.
Rosewood
It's
was one of my
awesome.
favorites.
Great.
So go on and head on over to the Critical Role Twitch
I like
chat.
dark
That's
woods.
twitch.tv
I like a
slash
dark
Critical
wood,
Role.
and that's
during
nice
the break and enter the keyword revenge.
That's definitely
Only
that
enter it
Star
once,
Wars
any more than
music.
that, and you are disqualified from the giveaway.
Forever.
Yeah, forever. No. But we'll
Forever.
come back from the break with the winner here for you guys, and we'll see you here in a few minutes.
All right, Matt. All right, guys. So there is the end of part 2. We had more time than I thought, and pretty much a solid 15 plus minutes. Great stuff. We still didn't get to really meet this woman who is playing Neela. I thought Matt at the end there would be like, all right, now that we're going to break, we're going to introduce so-and-so. Maybe we'll do it at the beginning of the live stream. If not, you guys are going to have to tell me during the live stream. She came in real quick. I was very excited when she came in, and I was like, holy shit, we got a new person. I didn't even expect that. A horse approaches us. This all happened in the Patreon hour exclusive. A horse approached us, or we were kind of approaching a horse and the horse approached us, and then ended up being a 7.5 foot tall furbolg which is Pumat Soul's race, which is who Jumda, the lady we ran into, told us to go find. So we find her. She is angry. She said she witnessed the whole thing go down when Molly died, and now she wants to help us because they also have her son. So we travel together. We go through the gates. We're at the Quanah Breach, or we go through it, and now we're in Shady Creek Run. Basically, Shady Creek Run is the wretched hive of scum and villainy in this world. There is no law. I'm pretty sure someone murdered someone right in front of us and just threw him into an alley. They said he was face down. I don't know. Maybe it's a girl. But the person was face down on the ground, crimson around them, and two people threw them into an alley. There is no law. We are in the Plaza Center after having paid off 2 gatemen. We had to go through 2 separate gates. We paid them both off. The second gate, though, we came through. Neela went into a horse form. We used her pass without a trace, which gave us 10 stealth. We all got through without a hitch. Neela just transformed back. We are right at the landlocked lady. We have arrived at the landlocked lady. Caleb's asking a bunch of questions about where is the sour nest? What does it look like? I knew he was thinking something. I thought he was either going to try to dip away without us knowing. Well, obviously we'd know because he'd have to tell Matt. Or he was going to send Frumpkin. And he ends up saying, I was going to send Frumpkin. But we're basically like, let's all regroup. Think about this. Let's plan attack. We don't want to go rogue again. We don't want to start doing things by ourselves, assuming that it's going to be easy. Look what happened to Molly. We don't want to assume anymore. We have to plan better, especially with this. At some point, we could assume again. But right now, shit is bad. We are missing Jester, Ford, and Yasha. Molly just died. We have 2 new people who seem great, but we really don't know what they're capable of, and we're still down 2 people from what we're used to. Right now, we have a solid 5. We were down to 3 with the death of Molly, but we did have Keg at that point. So we've never dropped below 4 party members at one time, I feel like. But still, we had 5 last time, and one of them was Molly, and we didn't do too well. And we might have all died if Lorenzo stuck around and finished us off. He let us go. It's almost funny that he let us go, because it's one of those things in TV and movies where you're like, don't let them go. They're going to come back. What do you think? They're not going to come back? We immediately are going back. So not only do we have that to deal with, but we're in the town where the Mardoons are, and the Mardoon girl is who we're looking for the gentleman. So could we possibly get 2 birds with 1 stone here? I don't know, though. I feel like there may be another guest coming. Maybe not this episode. See, here's the thing. The way their name templates are set up, it doesn't look like they're anticipating a guest. I forget what it looked like up top, though. I'm pretty sure Caleb and Beauregard's were already skewed like that. And I thought, like, well, maybe it's just like that because we just lost somebody or whatever. No, it's because Neela joined us. So because theirs are centered more, it makes me think we're not going to get anyone this episode. But I wouldn't be surprised if the rest of the live stream is us going around to bars. There's the Trench, she said. We have the Sour Nest, which is obviously where we don't want to go. And we have the landlocked lady. I feel like we might recruit somebody. That we're talking about mercenaries. We're talking about altruistic people, she said. But it's basically, I'm remembering Paladin's Quest. I say it all the time when I bring up things of this topic. Paladin's Quest was a game for Super Nintendo where you literally went from town to town, and every town had multiple people for hire. You gave them coin and you could switch party members. It was one of the most memorable RPGs I ever played because for the time, I'd never seen anything like it. And there wasn't many like it after. I don't remember many role-playing games where it wasn't just a linear path. This was like, nope, you could choose whatever you want. You could grab this guy, you could grab that guy. There was even characters that you could unlock by doing different things. Not unlock, but like if you went on side quests or something, I feel like you could tap into mercenaries that you wouldn't normally have run into. Amazing stuff, but I'm talking too much. We know where we're at. We are all regrouping. Neela just turned back into her regular form, and we're gonna, I'm assuming, go to the landlocked lady and then explore further in Shady Creek Run. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons edited, what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Eureka, and Infinity Train. All of them, the Hour Patreon exclusive, where you'll see everything we just talked about. And we're going to do the live stream this Friday 8:45 we start. Check it out. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.